Hi, I'm Justis Freeley, an undergraduate here at Florida State, and I'm going to be talking about pharmacogenomics. One of the main problems we have with drug therapy right now is that drugs affect everyone differently, and we have to make a generic type of drug in order to try to hit a wide base. And the things that affect how your body reacts to a drug include weight, age, medical history, and other environmental factors and genes. But those other factors are what a lot of the warnings on drug labels are warning you about, not to drink alcohol when you're taking certain drugs, stuff like that. And genes are coded segments on DNA that control how your body will respond to a medication, just like they control your hair and eye color and every characteristic that your body has. And this is because genes are responsible for the way your cells behave in given situations. And much of the frustration right now with drug therapy is the trial and error process, particularly with serious diseases such as cancers, where the drugs can have severely adverse effects on the individual, but there's no way of telling in most cases if a person's going to react this way. And one drug may cure an individual with minimal side effects and may kill another individual. And around 100,000 people die in America annually because of these adverse reactions to drugs. So one of the new and developing fields in pharmaceuticals is pharmacogenomics, which sets out to solve some of these problems. And as the name implies, this is a combination of pharmaceutical sciences and genomics, and it focuses on learning how an individual's genetic makeup will affect how they react to a drug. Eventually, this could lead to tailor-made drugs for individuals, and it can include many benefits, such as more specific dosage options. A lot of times, the dosage for individuals is a little high because they have to, again, reach a broad base. And it could also lead to safer vaccinations. If we made vaccines out of DNA or RNA, it would eliminate the chance of infection instead of making it out of the actual protein of the virus or bacterial disease. And it would also lead to faster drug development, because a lot of the problems with developing drugs now is they stumble across all the adverse reactions to the drugs, whereas if they knew ahead of time that people with certain genotypes weren't going to react the way they wanted them to with the drug, then they wouldn't even test these individuals, and it would save a lot of time and casualties probably. And it would also lead to safer and less expensive treatments, because it would do away with that trial and error process of going through drugs that might not work before you actually get to the one that's the right fit for the patient. And a good example that's already in use right now is cytochrome P450. This gene is responsible for enzymes that break down and metabolize more than 30 drugs, and understanding a person's genetic makeup of this can help determine if they're able to effectively metabolize certain drugs like antidepressants and anticoagulants. And this helps physicians prescribe the correct drugs and the right dosages on a patient-by-patient basis, because if some individuals will metabolize the drug so fastly that it's not even effective, or if the enzyme levels aren't right, the drug will build up in the liver and cause other complications. But we're still a long way off from tailor-made drugs and some of the problems with pharmacogenomics right now are how long it would take to build this database of genes, because we have to find out which genes are responsible for interacting with which drugs, and also multiple genes interact to metabolize certain drugs, or to create the pathway that's responsible for metabolizing certain drugs, and it would take it would take a lot of exhaustive work to crack this problem, and also it's fairly expensive and a lot more work for the pharmaceutical companies, because they're going to have to do a lot more research and create more individualized medication, and sorting that whole process out would take some time and some money. So they might be a little reluctant to cooperate. And luckily, some are embracing it right now. In this case, they're kind of being forced into it in order to be able to sell the drug. But AstraZeneca has a drug called Iressa. It's been proven to help people with lung cancer, and particularly if the tumors have a mutation labeled an EFRG mutation. So AstraZeneca is paying right now for patients to get the genetic test to see if they're positive for this mutation. If they are, they can go through the treatment with this drug. So that looks promising, and hopefully in the future there are a lot more developments, and here's the sources I use, and that's all I have to say.